What's up, guys? It's Ron here again, bringing you another one of my spectacular videos. Now, as I was sitting around trying to figure out what other videos I could possibly do, I just looked at my Rockstone deck and I figured, oh, what the hell? No one else is going to do it, so why not make Rockstone into a little segment? That little segment is going to be called Like a Rock, where it's pretty much going to tell you about Rockstone, teach you about Rockstone, and for those of you who want to make it, how to build Rockstone and go through combos, the cards, how things work. And for this first episode, we're going to tackle the main engine of the deck that make the deck run pretty smoothly. And it's these guys. The Koa'ki Meirus, Guardian Wall, and Sandman. And each of them, with their huge 1900 attack, make it so like your opponent will have to use like a Thunder King or an Eos Alias or something to try and get over them, because they each negate certain things. Guardian negates monster effects, Wall negates spells, and Sandman negates traps. Now, open it with any of these in your hand is pretty good. Open up a Guardian Wall is like good. I mean, and that's not good, it's just great. Open up Sandman, opening hand, it's not bad, but like, he's a little slow to use compared to these, because Guardian and Wall can like negate like the first few things your opponent does. This, Sandman, you have to wait for your opponent to do some setup and then use it. That's why usually, here's a little tip, if you have one of these guys here, summon him, negate whatever trap they're going to use, and just boom. So, now let's go into them individually. Guardian is they all have that Doom Cal effect where they tribute to negate things. And like I said, he negates monster effects. So you summon him, and you have some good back row, he can be devastating to your opponent. Because your opponent is going to be like, what do I do? Do I use my resources to get rid of it? Or do I summon Tour Guide? Or do I summon Rabbit? Or do I summon something just to get rid of it? And it makes him think and overextend and try to get rid of it, because now he's 19, so like, aside from crashing Thunder King and use Alias into it, what else can you do? But yeah, so open up with him, it's pretty good. Wall, to me, is the best one of the three to open up with, because if you have Wall and some decent back row and a rock to reveal, you're like, summon Wall, set your back row, reveal your rock, heavy storm me, bro, I dare you. And sometimes I'll do it just to get rid of them, but then it's like, alright, I negated your heavy storm, now I don't have to worry about a whole lot aside from MST, which MST is just, I don't care. Now yeah, he if you're playing against a certain deck like let's say Heroes, and they play Ecom or Reinforcing the Army, like negate, they can't search, they can't win. Dark Worlds, negate Dark World dealings, negate gates, negate drag down, stop them from discarding, they can't win. And Sandman negates traps. I mean, he's like the odd one of the bunch because he's a little slower than the others, because these can just, during your opponent's first turn, they can just disrupt their plays. Him, you have to, let your opponent have some kind of back row setup, because if you have like one of these, you summon him, and they go Torrential, or if you attack, they go Mirror Force, Deep Prison on something, you just negate it. As long as it's not a counter trap, because he's not that good. And, oh, a neat combo that I like to do with Sandman is, let's say you got Sandman and Heavy Storm, your opponent has like 3 or 4 back row. It's either Solemn Judgment or Starlight Road. You summon this, you have a response? No. Heavy Storm. If it's Solemn Judgment, you got rid of that. If it's Starlight Road, you trigger it to negate, and your opponent just minus the few cards, and then you can go in for the kill later on. So yeah, and there's like a lot of other neat combos, like I said, stop your opponent from searching with heroes and stop Dark World from discarding. Stop that Sangan, stop that Snowman Eater, stop that Tour Guide, Rabbit. There's a lot of things that these things can stop, but take some testing, take some experimentation, and all that. You have to also know when to use the effect, because unless you have like all the answers in the world, you won't really negate the first thing unless it's like Heavy Storm or like a rabbit, rescue rabbit or something. So that's one thing with these. You have to play with them. You have to do some thought process, because if you just blatantly negate everything, your opponent's gonna top deck or like do something, and then you're like, oh wow, I should have kept it. So yeah, that's a rule of thumb. Know when to negate. Don't always be hasty to negate. So yeah, I hope you guys like this. For the first episode, it's a little, but I'm just giving you an introduction as to the Koa'ki Meirus and what they do and certain combos they do. It's a little introduction. As the series goes on, I'm going to go in the support cards, other combos and like, etc. as time goes on. So if you like this, give it a big thumbs up. That big thumbs up. Tell your friends, Facebook it, Twitter it, like, comment, subscribe. I'm Ron, and I'm out.